All right, so what we have here, which I didn't like, was the fast drying polyurethane oil. Thought it made it look too dark and it obscured my nice holly and teak that I was looking for to stay really bright and light. And so what I'm going to try on this piece is a clear coat latex, which I'm hoping is going to let that nice bright color stay that way without darkening it up too much. Let's see what happens here. Definitely pull it in a little bit. I don't know how it's going to dry. I sanded this down with a 80 grit with an Orville sander. Pretty much cleaned them up. I'll throw some pics up of the before and after stuff. So you can see, oh yeah, that's better, right? You can see what a difference it was. You couldn't even see the holly stripes in it. It's pretty much been obscured to the dirt. I was going to go with the teak oil, but if you don't like that, you're done. Once you oil it, you're not going to be able to sand it off and put a coat on it. Starting off with a gloss finish, and I'll probably end up with a matte finish. I heard the gloss is slippery, which makes sense. But no steel wool, it said either. In between coats. The light sanding gets them. Get these cheap brushes. They use the good ones, but the water base. Figuring it's going to dry a lot lighter. That's better already than that. That was very dark, and you can barely see the stripes, and it just looks dirty, you know, compared to this, which just looks, I really like it. Now we're gonna have to sand the whole floor inside the boat, but these are just the removable panels. I might even oil the back of these, because these are covering the bilge, and to keep water from moisture from coming up and lifting the finish. I might oil the backs and then just top coat the front side with the clear coat latex. Now if that lightens up a lot and looks anything close to that, it will be good. A little bit of an amber will be fine, because the inside of my boat is all teak, kind of a darkish red teak. So I think it'll be a nice compliment, but we'll see. I'll post some dry stuff afterwards. So I just got a little 220 from the old sanding pad, and the grade is it raised a little bit because of the water. You know, wood swells when you get it wet. So, they said no steel wool. Well, I'm not gonna cross in that either. Got a pretty nice finish on it right there. We'll just give it a little bit of a wipe down with the cloth, get the dust off of it. And see how that clear coat looks on a second application. I think it's going to be good. Like I said, the lighter floor I think will go well with the dark interior. Give that a little stir. You don't want to shake this stuff, it gets bubbles in it. Give it a little stir here. Get a fresh brush. See, it looks like another coat on it. Yeah, this is going to be good. I'm going to coat the underside of this with oil, just because there is moisture that gets trapped underneath from the bilges, and I think that it's going to help from having it lift off the front possibly, but I'm just going to have to sand now the floor in the boat and try to control the dust as best I can. Probably like with a best tool maybe, or something with a HEPA filter on it, a piece of sander. That's going to look good. Seems to lighten up just a little bit. But like I said, compared to that, I don't know if you can see that, it's very amberish. Really like the clear coat. So we're just going to hit the rest of these. Here's a fresh one. You can see how that darkens that up a little bit. It doesn't obscure the holly stripes, which is what I didn't like about the oil. And support this note too, that some of the stuff, and my brother, who's a very good painter, a lot of stuff not meant for floors. So say right on the can whether it's meant for floors or not, for walking on. So in consideration when you get a traffic area. I went with this instead of the teak oil because it's easier to, I can maintain this every year by just giving it a sanding and just applying another top coat. I think it'll be easier to keep clean. Gives it a nice finish. It's more sealed rather than the teak oil kind of getting built up or dirty. I can just get this freshened up with a fresh coat, light sanding, and always look nice like that. Yeah, totally happy with that. All right. So this is the water-based clear coat, dried for, I don't know, about 12 hours. It was ready after 2 or 3, but we just waited till the next day. I think it's really way better than the dark amber that the oil did, and I think this is what we're going to be using on the interior teak. The exterior stuff, we're going to use the Sickens marine oil for the cocktail table and any bright work that's outside. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to just hit this with a little 220 real light, and then get another coat on it and see how that looks. I think we're probably gonna, this is probably the winner. I'm gonna have to sand down the oil that I put on here because it's very brown and yellow. I don't like it. So we'll grab some paper and see what it looks like.